excited about your trip?
Then you're set. You're ready to go this weekend.
Right. Well, they did. That's the reason we're working on that. That's mom died. He died. So that is fishing. Betty Scott's there. Right. You know, kudos to her. Skeleton. It's 6. Before creek closure. Wait, see how it takes him.
I should
He's
do.
on his phone.
No, I'm
Preoccupied.
answering all my emails I haven't been able to get.
Why haven't you been able to get them?
I don't know, something expired or something, I don't know. She goofed it up. It's good now.
Mr. DeBoard, I was waiting on Councilman Hayes' directive because he usually offers it.
Why, am I doing something?
You usually tell me when it's 6 o'clock and it's almost 6:01.
Okay. We're gonna call this meeting to order.
Good evening, everyone. We are calling this meeting to order. It's the January 21st, 2020 meeting of the Gallatin City Council, and I want to say welcome to everybody. We're going to begin this meeting like we do every meeting with invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. Councilman Alexander is going to offer our invocation, and then Councilwoman Love is going to lead us in the pledge. Stand with me, please.
Let every heart pray. Eternal gracious God, once again, we come with thanksgiving in our hearts. We thank you, dear Lord, for this blessed day that Thou hast created. We thank you for the life of Sister Betty Scott that meant so much to this city and to me personally. I pray, oh God, for her husband Frank, her 2 sons, and all those who are going through bereavement. Now, Lord, bless us and be with us in this time of this meeting. In Jesus' name we do pray, and every heart said.
Amen.
Please face the flag and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilwoman Love and Councilman Alexander. Ms. Kittrell, if you would call the roll for us, please.
Vice Mayor Camp.
Present.
Mr. Alexander.
Present.
Mr. Fan.
Here.
Mr. Fennell.
Here.
Mr. Hayes.
Present?
Miss Love.
Here.
And Mr. Overton.
Present.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Next item is the approval of the minutes from the January 7th, 2019 council meeting.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion to approve and a second by Councilwoman Love. Any corrections or additions? Seeing none, all in favor of approving the minutes from January 7th, 2019. That's not 2019, I bet. I bet it's 2020. Sorry. Motions and seconds still stand since we had the wrong year? All right. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, please say no. Minutes are approved. Now I'll move to Mayor's comments. I do want to make everyone aware, as Councilman Alexander mentioned in his prayer, that former Councilwoman Betty Scott passed away this past weekend. I know that her family would appreciate your thoughts and prayers. For those of you who didn't have the pleasure to know her, she was often at our council meetings, even though she was elected back in the 80s to serve on the council. She was the first female city council person, and she served 3 terms. And she cared a lot about this city and did a lot to move it forward. And so we certainly remember her service, as it was very meaningful to the development of this city. And we think of her family and offer our prayers for them. So I thank you all for that. A couple of events I do want to share that are coming up. The Sumner County Bridal Show is happening this weekend at Epic Event Center. There's a special presentation happening on Monday. It's the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., presented by Dr. Derek Jackson from First Baptist Church. It happens at Ball State. It's from 11:15 until 12:30, and that's Monday the 27th. On the 1st of February is Councilman Hayes' birthday. I know he'll want lots of attention for that. And there is a food giveaway on the 5th and 6th at Triple Creek Park, hosted by Mid-Cumberland Community Action Agency. On the 6th of February, on that Thursday, there's a joint City Council and Planning Commission work session. We're going to be discussing Plan Gallatin, and that's happening at the Gathering Place. Those are all the events I'd share. I would also add that yesterday was Martin Luther King Day, where we honored him, and there was a wonderful unity march here in Gallatin, as there is each year, organized by the NAACP. And in spite of the frigid temperatures, they had a great turnout. and then the program followed at Gallatin High School. Very good program. Again, something very meaningful to our community. We really appreciate the NAACP carrying that tradition on and sharing the message and the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. And that would conclude my comments, and we'll move on now to the regular agenda. I forgot public hearing. Thank you. No wonder everybody was looking at me strange. So mayor's comments went first. I apologize. That's public recognition on agenda-related items will happen now. This is the time of the meeting that anyone that wants to speak to any item that's on the agenda may do so. There will be a time at the end of the meeting where you can speak to items that are not on the agenda. Also, do want to mention that there are some public hearings this evening, so if you have an item that you'd like to speak to that is under one of the public hearings, you may wish to wait and speak on the appropriate public hearing. But right now, we will open the floor for public recognition on agenda-related items and welcome anyone to come forward who may wish to speak. We just ask that you introduce yourself and give us your name and address, please. I see no one jumping up to head to the microphone, so I'm going to declare public recognition on agenda-related items closed and move now to the regular agenda. And the first item on the agenda is a public hearing on Resolution R1912-63, and Councilman Hayes is recognized for that.
A resolution of the City of Gallatin, Tennessee, adopting a plan of services upon the annexation of .64 acre portion of a parcel located north of Big Station Camp Boulevard and south of Springdale Lane, and a .82 acre portion of Big Station Camp Boulevard public right-of-way, and providing for an effective date. This is a public hearing.
Okay, public hearing is now open. Anyone wishing to speak on Resolution R1912-63 may come forward at this time. Okay, I see no one indicating that they wish to speak, so I'll declare public hearing on Resolution R1912-63 closed. Moving to item 2, which is public hearing on Resolution R1912-64. Councilman Hayes.
Yeah, this is a resolution of the City of Gallatin, Tennessee, annexing a .64 acre portion of a parcel located north of Big Station Camp Boulevard and south of Springdale Lane, and a .82 acre portion of the Big Station Camp Boulevard public right-of-way for a total of 1.46 acres into the City of Gallatin, authorizing the annexed property to be indicated on official zoning atlas, assigning the annexed area to a council district, repealing conflicting ordinances, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. This is a public hearing.
Okay, the public hearing on Resolution R1912-64 is now open. If anyone would like to speak, you may come forward at this time. Okay, I see no one that wishes to speak. Public hearing on Resolution R1912-64 is closed. Item 3, public hearing on Ordinance 01912-62. Councilman Hayes.
Yeah, this is an ordinance of the City of Gallatin, Tennessee, rezoning a portion of 2 parcels totaling 87.34 acres from the PGC Plan General Commercial District to the MRO Multiple Residential and Office District, and a .64 acre portion of a parcel from the Estate A District to the PGC Plan General Commercial, and approval of preliminary master development plan for McCain Station totaling 130.78 acres located north of Highway 386 and east of Big Station Camp Boulevard. This is a public hearing.
Okay, this is public hearing on Ordinance 01912-62. Anyone that would like to speak may come forward at this time. Okay, if no one wishes to speak, I will declare public hearing on Ordinance 01912-62 closed. Moving now to item 4, which is second reading on Ordinance 01911-60. Councilman Overton.
Thank you, Mayor. This is notice appropriating $14,304.27 from revenue received from insurance damage to fire engine number 3, and I so move.
Motion by Councilman Overton, second by Councilwoman Love. Is there any discussion? Okay, this is second reading on Ordinance 01911-60. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, please say no. It is unanimously approved. Item number 5 is second reading on Ordinance 01912-61. Councilman Fan.
Second reading on the ordinance appropriating $20,000 from stormwater maintenance to stormwater administration, and appropriating $9,305 from finance to human resources. I so move.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilman Fan, a second by Councilman Alexander. Anyone wishing to discuss? Okay, this is second reading on Ordinance 01912-61. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, say no. It is passed unanimously. Item number 6 is first reading on ordinance 02001-1. Vice Mayor Camp.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an order appropriating $99,226.27 from Miracle Park Donations Revenue Fund to the Miracle Park Expense Fund. So moved.
I have a motion by Vice Mayor Camp, a second by Councilwoman Love. Is that correct? Okay. Is there any discussion? Okay, this is first reading on ordinance 02001-1. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, please say no. It does pass unanimously. Item number 7 is first reading on ordinance 02001-2. Councilman Alexander.
Yes, this is the first reading on the ordinance appropriating insurance recovery in the amount of $1,907.18 from the unassigned fund balance of the general fund for repair or damage to the public works John Deere tractor, and I so move.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Alexander, second by Councilman Fan. Is there any discussion? All right, this is first reading of ordinance 02001-2. All in favor say aye. Opposed, please say no. It is passed unanimously. Item number 8 is first reading on ordinance 02001-3. Councilman Overton.
Thank you, Mayor. This ordinance this is an ordinance of the City of Gallatin, Sumner County, Tennessee, rezoning 40.38 acres from MPB Planned Business Park District to MU Mixed Use District with a preliminary master development plan for Patriot Angels Phase 2 located at 262 and 280 Harris Lane. Authorized provisions to be indicated on official zoning atlas, repealing conflict of ordinances and providing for severability. I so move.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilman Overton, a second by Councilman Alexander. Is there any discussion on this? All right, this is first reading on ordinance 02001-3. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, please say no. It does pass unanimously. Item number 9 is first reading on ordinance 02001-5. Councilman Hayes.
Yeah, this is an ordinance of the City of Gallatin, Tennessee, rezoning a .62 acre portion of a parcel from the PGC Planned General Commercial District to the CC Core Commercial District and approval of an amended preliminary master development plan for Kennesaw Farms, parcel A totaling 14.05 acres located north of Nashville Pike and west of Kennesaw Boulevard. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Hayes, second by Councilman Fan. Any discussion on this? This is first reading on ordinance 02001-5. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, please say no. It does pass unanimously. Item 10 is resolution R2001-2. Councilman Overton.
Thank you, Mayor. This resolution accepting public improvements by the City of Gallatin, Tennessee Fairway Farms Phase 2, Section 4, and I so move.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Overton, second by Councilman Hayes. Discussion? All right, this is resolution R2001-2. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Did somebody say something different? Okay, opposed say no. It does pass unanimously. Item 11 is resolution R2001-3. Councilman Overton.
Thank you, Mayor. This resolution accepting public improvements by the City of Gallatin, Sumner County, Tennessee, Fairway Farms Phase 2, Section 5, and I so move.
Discussion? This resolution R20, I'm sorry, I need a second. Trying to move fast through these. Second by Councilman Fennell. Any discussion now? All right. Resolution R2001-3. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. It's passed unanimously. Item 12 is resolution R2001-4. Councilman Overton.
Thank you, Mayor. This resolution accepting public improvements by the City of Gallatin, Sumner County, Tennessee, Fairway Farms Phase 2, Section 6. I so move.
Motion by Councilman Overton, second by Councilman Fennell. Any discussion? Okay, this is resolution R2001-4. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. It does pass unanimously. Item number 13 is resolution R2001-5. Vice Mayor Camp is recognized.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a resolution approving a waiver for the final master development plan of the application fee. So moved.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Vice Mayor Camp, a second by Councilman Overton. Any discussion? Anyone? Okay, this is resolution R2001-5. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. It is passed unanimously. Item 14 is resolution R2001-6. Councilwoman Love.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a resolution authorizing the Gallatin Planning Department to apply for a preservation grant from the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation. I so move.
Motion by Councilwoman Love, second by Councilman Alexander. Any questions, discussion? This is Resolution R2001-6. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. It does pass unanimously. Item 15 is Resolution R2001-7. Councilman Fennell.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a resolution to approve by board as a purchasing cooperative under the city purchasing procedures. Motion to approve.
Motion by Councilman Fennell, second by Councilwoman Love. Any discussion? This is Resolution R2001-7. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed, please say no. It's passed unanimously, and that concludes the regular agenda and brings us now to other business. Is there anyone in the council that has other business to bring before us this evening? Okay, I have one item. This is kind of unusual request, but on the 28th of January, as you know, there's a visitor coming to town, and the police department's working to help prepare, but they have requested that we reserve some parking spaces on the square. They need 5 spots reserved. I'd like to have the council's permission to do that.
What 5 you gonna reserve? What do you want to do now?
I hate to disclose the exact location. Main Street and Water Street.
But we're not gonna make them get petition signed or nothing?
It's in front of their, it's around the property that they occupy.
Motion approved. Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilman Overton. It won't be all day, it'll just be for a few hours. So, motion by Councilman Overton, second by Councilman Fennell. Any discussion?
Is it a secret that we can't know who it is?
Well, I think it's been made public that Donald Trump Jr. is coming to Gallatin. So he's doing a fundraiser here, so. Which means Secret Service is
They want you to escort it down there.
Well, I'll be glad.
now y'all.
I'll take it across the track.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Opposed? It is approved unanimously. Okay. Any other business, anyone? Regardless of political affiliation, we still have to accommodate the Secret Service, right? So, and, all right, we will now move to public recognition on non-agenda related items. Anyone that wishes to speak may come forward at this time. We ask that you give us your name and address. You'll have 5 minutes to address. Public recognition on non-agenda related items is now open.
Hello, Ardania Adams, 511 Randolph Circle, Gallatin, Tennessee. About the abandonment at the property between 511 and 515.
Ms. Adams, is your microphone on? I cannot hear a word you're saying. I'm sorry.
I don't think so. Well,
There we
yes,
go. Now I heard you.
Yeah, I was just wondering where we stand as far as the abandonment between 511 and 515 on Randolph Circle.
I don't have any updates. Have you? I know that they were asking you to get some forms to them, and Mr. McCord does.
Yes, ma'am. That's going to be on the Planning Commission agenda this month. So on the 27th, get a recommendation from the Planning Commission, and then that will be forwarded to the council for final action. So we're working on advertising it in the newspaper, the routine that we normally have to go through.
I do have a question for you. Okay, I do have a question, quick question. In regards to my neighbor, they had some blocks out to the street, to the right-of-way. They were asked to move those. We were asked to do certain things. We did what we were supposed to do, but the neighbors still have not complied with what the road commission had asked them to do. So I didn't know if that was also being addressed.
That would not be addressed via the Planning Commission,
Okay.
and I don't know if it was the Codes Department or our Police Department that asked for enforcement or asked for improvements or changes to be made, but whichever
Yeah.
department did that would follow up with the enforcement on that.
Okay.
Is there anyone out there Chief Bandy or Mr. Stewart, either of you know anything? Nick says.
Both our departments have talked to each of the
So-
neighbors.
Okay, so I was wrong, Ms. Adams. Engineering and the police department are involved, so they will follow up on the enforcement piece of it if it does not, if the neighbors don't comply.
Okay, my name is Lloyd Stringer. I preside there, and we started on this project back, I believe, about almost 10 years ago. And we dropped it for a while because y'all had told us that y'all would get back in touch with us. So I went down by the board, the work office down there, and the lady told me she was gonna walk it through this time. And I know it don't take, I know you got a million things to do, but my God, it's just a little driveway right there. I tried to fix my driveway up. They come out there and had me to move the blocks to hold my gravel in place. So he told me he'd get back with me in a couple weeks, and this has been 2 months ago. So I know it don't take all day to one little project, but I pay taxes too. And I expected to be honored just like anybody else. My neighbors will do what they want to do, that's their problem. But my problem is, I pay taxes, I do what y'all ask me to do, and I accept what you tell me is what I believe in.
Well, I'm not understanding what you're saying we haven't
The
done.
right-of-way that she's talking about.
The right-of-way, I think what the holdup on that was that we had never gotten a formal request, and I think she actually
Well,
said,
the lady at the office got the whole paper where we give a price on everything.
yeah,
And she was supposed to bring it by here to y'all. She said she had to walk it through. I told her
well,
I'll take it back.
it has to go through planning commission, and it has to come to the council to happen. But I think we were waiting on formal paperwork, and it has not been that long since we got it. Mr. McCord,
It was
you may
back
know-
in November, ma'am.
Well,
Yes.
well, I mean, I don't know exactly what
I
their
mean, I
schedule
have a truck and a car, and it tears up my car more than it does my truck. My truck is bigger.
Well,
But I try to fix up my driveway. I don't want to see yours looking nice and mine ragged out. I feel the whole project in over there, where they got the easement at, I feel that in, and I didn't say nothing about it. That's why we was interested, just go ahead and buy the project, buy the property. The thing of it is now is, when I do something, they have me come back and take it down. I don't think that's right.
well, there's still going to be restrictions as to what you can have in the right-of-way and what you cannot,
Well,
regardless
it's-
of whether or not you have the easement.
it's
But
just
I think
the
what you're
easement
saying is,
right
once
there.
you get the easement, then you won't have to.
Well,
have
it's
the
the
blocks
easement.
up.
I had the blocks up there. I stepped it off 12 feet for me and 12 feet for the other half. And he said I had to move my blocks.
Well-
Well, I moved my blocks, but nobody else did nothing else but me. Now my gravel's washing down the drain like everything else. And I done paid for blocks, I done paid for gravel, and it's over $1,100 with the gravel.
Wow.
I'm not rich like everybody else, so I live on a short pension, a Social Security check, and I do try to keep up with the environment and do what I'm supposed to do. But I don't think it's right for make me do what I'm supposed to do, and y'all leave me out there hanging.
Well, we're doing what we're supposed to do. Maybe not in the time frame that you wish we were accomplishing it. Believe me, we wish
Well,
we
we
could do
started on
everything
this
faster than we
back
do.
in 2011.
Well, I think that kind of got dropped, and we weren't made aware of it until recently. And then once Ms. Adams brought it to our attention and got the paperwork.
I just
in,
wanted
we
to
could move
get
forward.
to the point to where I'm coming to meetings and all to see. I see other people's project getting done, mine still don't get done.
It's on the planning commission Monday night, he just said. Come up here Monday night, it's on the planning commission.
All right, I'll be here. What time?
5
All
o'clock.
right, I'll be here.
At 5
Thank you.
p.m. Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak tonight under public recognition on non-agenda related items?
My name is Joe DeBoard, and I live at 1007 Hart Street here in Gallatin, Tennessee. I rise tonight to share appreciation for staff and council on the job they do well. And at this time, I would like to make a presentation. If Mr. Fenton from our staff would please step forward, I'd appreciate he'd do that so I could give him something.
Board, it's always good to see you, my friend.
It's always to be happy to be with you tonight. And here's something to put on the end of the hook when you reel in those prospective people that want to come to our city.
Do you mind if I share this with the council on occasion?
Oh, definitely. That's
Okay.
what we're
Thank
doing
you.
with. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Much appreciated.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Joe.
Folks,
Wow.
the whole idea of this thing is the fact that we want to support our people that work for us tirelessly, even Jimmy Overton. And
Mr. Ward?
Wonderful people like people that have served before, like Mr. Tommy Womack and his family, and they've done a lot of work in this city. So I would also be remiss if I didn't bring to fore one of my dear friends who just passed away, Miss Betty. We've had some wonderful discussions in the past about politics, etc., and she was one of the special people that I've ever met, and I wish I'd known her longer. So with that, I bid you adieu.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pascal Jovens, 1335 Longolo Pike. I'm glad, Joe, you bought stuff for James because I bought candy for everybody except James. So I'm glad you did it. Thank you, Joe.
All right, any other public comment on non-agenda related items? With none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Councilman Overton, second by Councilman Fennell. All in favor say aye. Ladies and gentlemen, we are adjourned. Have a lovely evening.